Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stefan, and in this video I want to give you a full updated review of the wonderful photo books by POPSA. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. This video was sponsored by POPSA, but as always, you'll hear nothing but my honest opinion. If you've been a follower of this channel, then you might have seen a video about POPSA a few years ago when they were still quite new, but since then, so many new features have launched. Things that I partially complained about in that video that I was missing are now part of the product range, and for that reason, I thought it would be a great time to do an updated review since they've become extremely popular in the app photo book world, and you might want to know a little bit more about it. And also they are available now in a lot more marketplaces. More than 50 countries around the world can get access to POPSA photo books. I've got two books here that I created from my recent photos to Africa, and I will show them in more detail, but I first want to talk a little bit about the company. So POPSA started off as an app photo book, so something that you can create very quickly and easily in your phone or mobile device. And the idea was that the photo book should be very quick and easy. So they didn't have too many options when it came to selecting the covers and paper types. They didn't have too many options when it came to themes. It wasn't oversaturated with clip art and lots of embellishments. It was a kind of a clean, minimalist look. It was very easy to create, a few clicks in the phone, no fuss, and you would get the book very quickly, and it was also very affordable. Now, these core concepts haven't changed, but they added a few extra features to make the creation process much better and easier, and also to add a few extra finishes to the photo books. Before I get into the details, as always, I have a voucher code for you. Use the code PBGroove30 to get 30% off your order. So as always, I'm going to talk first about the sizes and the covers, the inside paper, the printing, and then finally a little bit more about the editor, since this is an app photo book, so we want to talk a little bit more about the editor. As I go through these features, I'm also going to talk about the new additions and the updates to some of these features. So the books come in a variety of sizes. You've got medium, large, and extra large. The medium is around 8 by 6 inches, so 20 by 15 centimeters. The large is just a bit smaller than an A4, 11 by 8 inches or 27 by 21 centimeters, and the extra large is 14 by 10 inches or 35 by 26 centimeters. The photo books now come in two aspect ratios. You've got landscape and you also have square. So you've got square in those three sizes as well. So that's an addition to the previous range when they only had landscapes. Now they have landscape and square as well for a wider choice. The books I have here are the large size, so just slightly smaller than A4. I think this is one of the most popular sizes and is the easiest one to kind of organize photos in. And when it comes to the covers or bindings, let's add the two together because they kind of interrelate. We've got booklet, we've got soft cover, and we've got hardcover. The booklet is a paperback cover book, and it can have a minimum of 12 pages and up to 24, so it's for very small projects or maybe something that you want to give out at a certain event, and it's the most cost efficient. It starts at £16 for one medium-sized book. The soft cover has been upgraded. Now it has a very soft touch finish, and I absolutely love this. So it feels very kind of smooth, and it's completely matte, no shine at all. And this one comes in two sizes, medium and large, and it goes from 20 to 130 pages, so a much wider page range for these books. And they start at £24, so slightly more expensive than the booklet, but still very affordable. And as I said, the inside is the same as the hardcover, but the cover is obviously a thinner cover. It's still thicker than the inside pages, but it's a very lovely, smooth, matte finish. The third one and the most popular is the hardcover, which as you can see has a glossy finish, and this one is hardback, and it comes in all three sizes, medium, large and extra large, and it goes from 20 to 150 pages, so you can make a slightly longer photo book than in the soft cover. So not too complicated: medium, large, extra large, booklet, softcover and hardcover. And the starting price for the hardcover is £28. Now the binding of the softcover and the hardcover is identical, is perfect bound, meaning that the book is printed double-sided, and then these sheets are glued together at the spine, so it doesn't open completely flat, but it still gives you an unobstructed view of the entire spread, especially given the margins inside the designs. The booklet is going to be stapled, just like a booklet, so that's slightly different. It opens fully flat, but it has a different kind of purpose than the photo book. The hardcover again is perfect bound, as you can see, and there are no lay flat options at the moment. Now, one thing I noticed that I want to mention is that the hardcover, if you try to open it a little bit too strong, the glue might open a little bit. It doesn't mean that the page is falling out or the book that doesn't stay, in a solid state. But if you have black pages like me here, then where the glue comes up, you might see a little bit of a white mark from where the glue came off. So the very first time you open these hardcover books, if you have colored pages, be very gentle how you page them. Do not force them open, especially when it comes to the glossy paper, because glossy paper is much harder to glue than matte paper, and it's always an issue with every single photo book company when it comes to binding glossy pages. The two paper options you can choose from are matte and HD glossy, and again, in my previous review I was complaining about the lack of options, that they only had a matte or silk option, but now they have the added glossy option as well. Now the matte one is actually silk, so it has a very, very subtle sheen, as you can see, but it is very smooth and the gloss is not strong enough to kind of reflect back into your eyes, and it has a very smooth finish, just like a standard silk, and I think it's 200 GSM, and the glossy one is, as you can see, much glossier. But the good thing about the glossy paper is that if you have a book like this one, for example, with animal portraits, wildlife or portfolio pictures, then the colors are really going to look much better on the glossy. They are much more vibrant, much richer blacks and much brighter highlights. So you've got these two options. And the printing in these books is all done on HD indigo printers, which are the kind of golden standard for photo books which are not lay flat or silver halide. And the print quality is very good in both of these books. You have to remember that the HD Indigo printer is a half-tone printer, so you see some very, very tiny dots which make up the image, unlike with silver halide, which is a continuous tone print, but this one is actually making the text much sharper, so if your book is a combination of text and photos, then it's going to give you much sharper text. But the new HB Indigo printers have a very high resolution, so these dots are getting smaller and smaller every single year, and the resolution is getting sharper and more detailed. Now let's talk a little bit about the editor, because that's where we had quite a few upgrades. So number one upgrade is that the editor is now accessible not just from the phone, but also from a computer, a desktop computer. If you need a bigger screen like I do, I just don't like making photo books on my phone because I feel like I'm stuck to my phone all day long, and it's such a small screen, and I find it difficult to see detail in it, and I've got chubby fingers, so sometimes it's just a little bit difficult to input text and drag things. It's just me, so I prefer editing my photo books on a computer, and now you have that option too. It works on the computer too, and the good thing is you can seamlessly switch between the two, so you can start a photo book on your phone, you can upload the pictures, and you can continue editing on the computer. You can also collaborate on the editing process, so you can share it with your friends and they can edit in the book as well, and you can edit, or if you have a family project, everybody can contribute to the editing process, which makes it much easier because they can take off the workload from you. They also added more fonts to choose from when it comes to text, and you can also have now full page text and a lot more flexibility when adding text and captions, and you can see this in the new minimalist designs, which are pre-designed for text and photo elements. The editor also allows now to change the color of individual pages, the background. Before you could only have one theme for the entire book, but now you can change the theme either for the entire book, or you can change it page by page and have a really kind of vibrant, funky looking book where each page has a different look or a different color scheme. The AI is also working much smoother. It's going to organize your photos in a much more logical way by selecting the scenes. It's also going to give you suggestions for captions based on metadata. You can also choose generative AI captions. They've also introduced a grace period, meaning that when you order a photo book, you've got 1 hour to change the design, which is really good because sometimes just when you press order, you go back to your project and you realize that you had a mistake in the text, or you realize you had a duplicate of a photo. So you've got this 1 hour period to go back again and very quickly look through your project just to make sure that everything is in order. Or if you selected the wrong paper option or the wrong size, you can again go back and change that in that 1 hour grace period. Another fantastic addition to the editing process is the 3D preview, which basically allows you to see the photo book, how it would look on a coffee table. You can preview it on a coffee table or on your couch or wherever. And if you have one of those virtual reality headsets, you can hook that up to the app as well, and you can see the photo book even before you get it. So you get a much better idea of how the size is going to look and how the book is going to look. And finally, outside the editor, you've also got now the option to get a gift box for your books. Without the gift box, you're going to get a shrink-wrapped book in the post, but if you opt for the gift box, it's going to come in a box like this one. They also have a lot more printers now around the world, which means that you're going to get your photo book much faster, in 3 to 5 days at most, wherever you are. And it's also going to be much greener because it doesn't have to travel so far away from your printing station. If there's one in your country or very close to your country, then it's going to be much quicker and less CO2 emissions for transport. So this is the end of this short review of POPSA's amazing little photo books. As I said, the key words that come to my mind when I think about POPSA is simplicity, ease of use, and affordability. So it's a great photo book for any occasion, whether it's an everyday book, a birthday, a travel book. But the key thing is that the AI is going to really help you with the creation process, and now you can select from a lot more sizes, more paper options, and you can have the book from a lot more countries. Don't forget to use the code PBGuru30 to get 30% off your order. If you have any more questions about POPSA, leave them in the comments and I try to answer them. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, subscribe for more.